the Indiana Fever beat the Dallas Wings 102-83. This was a highly anticipated game because it was going to be the first time that Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers would be going up against one another in the WNBA.
The Indiana Fever dismantled the Dallas Wings 102-83, marking the most anticipated WNBA clash of the season. Caitlin Clark versus Paige Bueckers. For years, fans followed their meteoric rise. Clark at Iowa, Bueckers at UConn, fueling one of the sport's most talked about rivalries. Clark dominated college showdowns, but skeptics wondered if her dominance would translate to the pros. Leading up to game night, Clark faced criticism over her shot selection and slump. Coach White continued her methodical approach, while Clark, hungry to play up-tempo, pushed for changes. Consistency eluded them all season. With the Fever alternating between wins and puzzling losses, everything clicked against Dallas. The second quarter exploded, 36 points lined up on the scoreboard as the Fever tore open a 21-point lead in just 10 minutes. They tied franchise-high 64 points and 30 assists in the first half alone, outpacing any team this season. Clark wasn't just scoring, she was orchestrating the game. Her 13 first-half assists ignited Mitchell, Howard, and Boston, turning every possession into a scoring opportunity. Sophie Cunningham's bench spark added another dimension, giving the Wings no answers. Clark finished with 14 points, 13 assists, and 5 steals, becoming the only WNBA player to pull off that combination twice in a career. She also blocked a shot that immediately turned into an assist, showcasing her read-the-game instincts. Clark's defensive intensity completely shut down former UConn teammate Paige Bueckers and left top Dallas wing Anali scoreless by the final whistle. The 102-83 score told the full story. Clark had led a historic performance. She'd annihilated doubts, silenced critics, and delivered a blueprint for how championship-caliber WNBA teams should play: fast, smart, relentless, and together. This wasn't just victory, it was validation. The Fever roster, finally healthy and hitting its stride, showed signs of something dangerous brewing. They're not just a good team, they're clicking on all cylinders. With Caitlin Clark's style unleashed, every teammate feeding off her energy, the Indiana Fever are sending a clear message. They're ready to run with the league's best. If you're with the Fever movement now, your voice matters. Drop CC Record Breaker in the comments. And be sure to like, subscribe, and hit those notifications. You don't want to miss what's coming next. Trending searchable keywords included Caitlin Clark, Packers vs Fever, Paige Bueckers, Fever vs Wings, WNBA records, double-double assists, franchise best halftime, fast-paced offense, WNBA statistics, WNBA breakout games, Indiana Fever resurgence, championship potential, coaching trust, health comeback. Asterisk: the Indiana Fever crushed the Dallas Wings 102-83 in the episode that WNBA fans have been waiting for. Caitlin Clark versus Paige Bueckers. From their high school stardom to epic NCAA clashes. Clark at Iowa, Bueckers at UConn. This rivalry has always carried national attention. Clark dominated in college, but questions lingered. Can she bring that same fire to the pros? Entering the game, Clark faced scrutiny over a shooting slump and questions about her transition to elite-level play. Coach Stephanie White continued her structured offense, while Clark pushed to unleash her up-tempo vision. Throughout the season, the Fever stumbled victories, followed by flat performances. Chemistry never fully locked in, but something shifted dramatically in the Wings game. The second quarter explosion changed the narrative, 36 points, and a blistering run that put the contest out of reach. The Fever racked up franchise best numbers: 64 first-half points and 30 assists, both highs they hadn't reached in years. Clark wasn't just scoring, she was orchestrating. Her 13 first-half assists ignited Kelsey Mitchell, Natasha Howard, and Olia Boston, while Sophie Cunningham's spark off the bench added another layer of dominance. By the final buzzer, Clark finished with 14 points, 13 assists, and 5 steals, making her the only player in WNBA history to hit that exact stat line twice. She even grabbed a block and assist sequence that summed her impact, fearless on both ends. Clark's defense stifled Bueckers, and Dallas wing Anali was held scoreless, proving the Fever's defensive discipline was elite. This wasn't just a victory, it was a turning point. For the first time with a fully healthy lineup, the Fever executed Clark's style: fast, aggressive, collaborative, and effective. Every possession mattered. Every player contributed. The result, a commanding win and a blueprint for championship-caliber basketball. If you're feeling the momentum and believe this Fever squad can run with the best, drop CC record breaker in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss what comes next. The Indiana Fever didn't just win, they delivered a full-throttle performance against the Dallas Wings, routing them 100-283 in the matchup the WNBA had anticipated. Caitlin Clark versus Paige Bueckers. From rivalry roots in high school through electric showdowns at Iowa and UConn, they've always been intertwined. Clark outshined her peer in college, but coming into the WNBA, skeptics questioned if she could replicate that dominance. Heading into this showdown, Clark was under spotlight, a mid-season scoring slump, a transition from dominant college star to pro, and an offense that lacked pace. Coach Stephanie White favored control, but Clark pressed for tempo, fast breaks, and freedom. Consistency eluded the Fever, their season marked by high highs and bewildering lows. Against Dallas, everything flipped. The second quarter was their breakout moment, unstoppable 36 points that crushed the Wings' resistance. Indiana set franchise marks with 64 first-half points and 30 assists. Clark wasn't just finding points, she was distributing with surgical precision. Her 13 first-half assists planted the seeds for big nights from Kelsey Mitchell, Natasha Howard, Aaliyah Boston, and Sophie Cunningham off the bench. By the final horn, Clark had notched 14 points, 13 assists, and 5 steals, an elite stat line. She's the only player in WNBA history to hit twice. She even blocked a shot that led to a fast break assist, showing her two-way impact. She smothered Bueckers on defense, and Dallas wing Anali went scoreless, highlighting the Fever's defensive edge. This wasn't just a win, it was a watershed moment. With their full roster finally clicking, the Fever debuted the high-speed, high-Q game Caitlin Clark envisioned. The result? A dominant road test and proof. They're poised to play with the league's best. If the Fever's momentum has you hyped, drop CC record breaker in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell, you won't want to miss what's next.